Chapter 7 Alternating Current. So, an alternating current is that a current whose magnitude changes continuously with time and direction reverses periodically. So, the magnitude also changes, the direction will be periodically changes. So, the direct current means a current that flows in a constant magnitude and the same direction. So, this graph shows this is the alternating current, this is a direct current curve. So the direct current magnitude does not change and the direction is also not changed. But the alternating current magnitude is changes with time. As the time increases, the magnitude increases and comes to the zero, again increases to the negative value, comes to zero, and the direction also reverses, upward direction, downward direction. So this is the alternating current. So in previous chapter itself we studied that the motional EMF and the change in magnetic flux and the area orientation of B and A, we calculated that the EMF formula is E is equal to E naught sine omega t. So this E naught is the amplitude of this wave, alternating EMF, or it is an alternating current. So E is equal to E naught sin omega t is a wave equation for this alternating EMF or alternating current. So now we will see that when a coil is rotated in a magnetic field, the alternating EMF induced in it. This formula we are studied in last chapter. E is equal to NBA omega sin omega t. So for NBA sin omega t, we substitute E naught. So that is EMF, total EMF which is equal to E naught into sin omega t. That E naught is the amplitude of this EMF, alternating EMF. If this EMF is passed through the resistor, so by Ohm's law, current is equal to voltage by resistance. Then E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So E naught by R, this is a constant, R is also a constant. So E by R is a voltage by resistance is a current. So it is a I naught sin omega t, where I naught is a amplitude of the current wave. So E naught is a amplitude of the EMF wave. This is the amplitude of the current wave. So this is the amplitude of the EMF, this is the I naught is the amplitude of the current. So we already know that angular velocity, or this is the angular frequency of the current, omega, which is equal to 2 pi by t, because omega is equal to theta by t. When the theta is complete cycle, here you see that complete cycle means 0, pi by 2, then it is a 180 degree pi, again it is a 270 degree, it is 2 pi. So this is a complete cycle. For a one complete cycle, it is a time period t. So theta is a 2 pi 360 degree and t is a time period, time taken for one complete cycle. So 2 pi by t, which is equal to 1 by t is a linear frequency f. So 2 pi f. So we can write this equations as E is equal to E naught sin 2 pi f t, or I is equal to I naught sin 2 pi f t. So 2 pi f is, we have to substitute instead of omega 2 pi f. So these are all the basic informations about alternating current. So alternating current means magnitude changes with time and also the direction reverses periodically, not irregularly, in periodic manner. For 180 degree it is upper half cycle, another 180 degree lower half cycle, another 180 degree upper half cycle. Likewise the periodically it will changes. First we will see that prove that mathematically that the average value of the alternating current over the one complete cycle is 0. That means for the one complete cycle, what is the average value of the, because it is the upper half cycle is equal to lower half cycle, definitely this you take the average value, both will become 0. That answer will become 0. We have to prove that. So I is equal to I naught sin omega t. So we already know that I is equal to dq by dt, the rate of change of flow of charge. The rate of flow of charge is called as a current. So dq by dt. So dt comes here. So dq which is equal to I into dt. So instead of I, you substitute I naught sin omega t into dt. If you want the total charge integrating, so integrating on both sides. So integrating of the small charge dq, we get the total charge q, then integrating I naught sin omega t into t. So with respect to t only we have to integrate. So in this curve 0 is the starting time, and for one complete cycle for 2 pi, the time taken for one complete cycle is t, total time period t. So it is, we have to put 0 to t. So I naught taken outside, sin omega t, integration of sin omega t is a minus cos omega t by omega. So lower limit, upper limit. So omega will be taken outside. Again the cos, instead of omega we will substitute that omega is equal to 2 pi by t. So instead of omega we substitute 2 pi by t. Now you apply the upper limit and lower limit. So upper limit t will come cos 2 pi by t into t minus lower limit 0. Instead of this t you substitute 0, means entire term will become 0, cos 0. So q is equal to minus I naught omega cos 2 pi minus cos 0. What is the cos 2 pi? It is the 360 degree. So cos 2 pi 360 degree is 1, and cos 0 also 1. So 1 minus 1, it will become 0. So the charge value is 0. So I average value is also q by t also 0. So I average is 0. That is, we are mathematically prove that average current value for the one complete cycle is 0. So it is not possible mathematically calculating the current average value, alternating current value. So for that only we are moving to the mean average value. So mean value or average value of alternating current. So how we are going to calculate the mean average value? Very simple. It is the value of the direct current which sends the same charge in a circuit in a same time as sent by the given alternating current in its half time period. That means for a half time period of the alternating current, how many charge is flowing? The same amount of the charge is given to the direct current if the direct current is flows with the same time. So that is the definition given. So it is the value of the direct current which sends the same charge in same time as the alternating current will be sent in the half time period. So in that very simple we have to put in integration. In this integration we have to put t by 2, the same mathematical calculation, but instead of here the total time taken we have to take t by 2. So I is equal to I naught sin omega t, then dq which is equal to I into dt. So instead of I now sin omega t into dt. Then integrating on both sides, I already told that in the limit only we have to change that, not only taken the integration of over the one complete cycle, half cycle only we are taken 0 to t by 2. So sin omega t integration is minus cos omega t by omega. This minus will be taken outside and omega also taken outside. Instead of omega substitute 2 pi t into t, this t. Then substitute the upper value and the lower value. The upper limit value is t by 2. So t by 2, 2 pi by t into t by 2 minus lower limit value is 0, cos 0. So this t get cancelled and 2 get cancelled. So cos pi minus 0. So cos 180 degree is minus 1 and cos 0 is 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 minus 2. Then minus will become plus. So what we will get? Minus I naught t by 2 pi into minus 2. Minus 2 get cancelled and 2 get cancelled. We get q is equal to I naught t by pi. So this is the charge value. In previous case we arrived that the charge value is 0. Here we arrive the expression I naught t by pi. So I average value is a charge by time. So charge is q, but the time is t by 2. As per the definition we take the half life time, but the charge flow is in the direct current is the same as the alternating current. So the 2 will become the numerator 2q by t. So I average which is equal to, instead of q substitute I naught t by pi. So I naught t by pi, t get cancelled. So finally we arrive the expression I average, alternating current average value, mean value is equal to 2 I naught by pi. So 2 I naught by pi value is 0.637 I naught. Similarly, we can calculate the average value for E average value for E 2 E naught by pi 0.673 E naught. So this is the homework for you. So you can calculate this as a homework. The same thing, instead of here you have to substitute E is equal to E naught sin omega t. That's all. So again we will get that Ohm's law formula. We will arrive the equation. This E average is equal to 2 E naught by pi 0.637 E naught. Yes. Then root mean square or the RMS value of the alternating current. So first we will calculate that what is our total alternating current value for the one complete cycle is 0. Then we calculated what is the mean average value of the alternating current. Now what is the root mean square value? Because for one complete cycle till now we are not at all calculated any alternating current value. So we have to go to the root mean square value. Not only the half average value only we arrived. Here we are going to calculate by using the root mean square or the effective value of the alternating current. What is the root mean square value? It is defined as the value of the direct current which produces the same heating effect in the given resistor as produced by the given alternating current when passed over the same time. So the alternating current also given, direct current also given. So alternating, how much time the direct current is given, the same time the alternating current also given to the resistor. So what we have to maintain means the heat produced by the direct current must be equal to heat produced by the alternating current. That means we have to give the amount, the quantity of the direct current and alternating current only varied. The time and heat production also same. So the time only varied. So that is given here. So direct current producing the same heating effect. Here the alternating current is producing the same heating effect with the same time. So what are the things? Okay, very simple. So we know that it is denoted by the IRMS. I is equal to I naught sin omega t. It is the alternating current equation. So dH which is equal to I squared R into dt. So I squared R, H is equal to I squared RT is a Joule's heating law. H is equal to integral dH, integral 0 to t I squared R dt. So let IRMS is the effective value of the effective current value. So the total current value heating effect which is equal to I squared effective squared RT. So substitute this value in this total heating effect value. So I effective squared RT which is equal to integral 0 to t I squared RT. So why we have to put 0 to t? So now we are calculating the current value for the total complete cycle. So R get cancelled. So I squared effective which is equal to t will become the right side 1 by t integral 0 to t I squared dt. So what is the I value? I naught sin omega t. So it is I squared I naught squared sin omega t. So I naught squared will be taken outside. So sin squared theta which is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So 1 minus cos 2 instead of theta, so omega t by 2 into dt. Now we have to taken the 2 commonly outside, then integrating both the terms separately. So very simple students. Just we are taking the dH which is equal to I squared RT. We substitute that I squared RT with dt into 0 to t. So if you take the overall integral, total time we are calculating that. But the total heating effect is equal to total current into resistance into total time. So that is we are substituting here. So this one and this one RR get cancelled. Finally we arrive the expression like this by substituting the current value. So sin squared theta is equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So taking the 2 commonly outside, we arrive the expression I squared effective which is equal to I squared by 2 t integral dt. So integral dt separately and cos 2 omega t into dt separately. So integral dt means t. So cos 2 omega cos theta integration is sin theta. So sin 2 omega t by 2 omega. So cos integration is sin and 2 omega t integration means we have to put in denominator 2 omega. So if it is in the differentiation means multiplication. Okay, 0 to t. Again this term, this outside term will be common one, then upper limit minus lower limit minus sin, substitute the upper value t here, 2 into for omega 2 pi by t into t by 2 omega minus this 2 omega is a common, this 2 omega is a common one, minus instead of t you substitute 0 means sin 0. So again I will say that for omega substitute 2 pi by t, and for this small t substitute the upper value, upper limit value, t get cancelled, then 2 into 2 pi by 2 omega minus sin 0 degree. Then we will get sin 4 pi minus sin 0 degree. Sin 2 pi is a 360 degree. Sin 4 pi is also again comes to the 0. So sin 0, sin 0. So 0 minus 0, it is a 0. So finally we get 0. So I squared not I naught squared by 2t into t minus 0 and t get cancelled. We get I effective squared or I RMS squared, which is equal to I naught squared by 2. So if you taking the square root, I squared effect or I RMS, which is equal to I naught by root 2. So this is a I RMS value. So very simple students, taking this Joule-Keating law, substituting these values by integrating I is equal to I naught sin omega t, we get the solution IRMS, root mean square value of the alternating current, which is equal to I naught by root 2. Similarly, we can calculate the EMF value ERMS, which is equal to E naught by root 2. That value is 0.707 lambda naught. This is a homework for you. So I will give the homework. You derive on your own self. The similar pattern, instead of I is equal to I naught sin omega t, substitute E is equal to E naught sin omega t. Then in the next video we will see that, in this video we will see that what is the problems. The problem 1, the electric mains in a house are marked 220 voltage and 50 hertz. Write down the equation for instantaneous voltage. Very simple. The ERMS value is given as a 220 voltage. Frequency value is 50 hertz. So what is the E equal to E naught sin omega t is a instantaneous voltage equation. E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So E naught, which is equal to, we know that, but ERMS, which is equal to E naught by root 2. So root 2 into ERMS. Root 2 into ERMS sin omega is equal to 2 pi f t. So substitute this ERMS as a 220 and f as 50. So 2 into 3.14 into 50 into t. So we arrive the equation as 311 sin 314 t voltage. So direct substitution values. Like this only we have to do this problem. Next one is the effective value of the current in 50 hertz alternating current circuit is pi ampere. So current value is pi ampere, but the frequency value is 50 hertz. What is the peak value of the current over the half cycle? Peak value means I naught value they are asked you to calculate. So IRMS is equal to I naught by root 2. So root 2 IRMS, which is equal to this value. But IRMS value is given as a 5 ampere. That is the root mean square value 5 ampere. Substituting we get the answer. Then the second question, the mean value of the current over the half cycle. What is the mean value of the over the half cycle? That is the I average. So I mean, which is equal to 2 I naught by pi. We are already derived in the derivation. So for this one, 2 by pi is 0.637. I naught value is 707. That is we are calculating here. So substitute this value, we get 4.5 ampere. That is the mean average value. So mean average value is always less than the IRMS value, because we are taking only half cycle calculation here. So then the next one, value of the current 1 by 300 seconds after it was 0. So after the time, at this time, what is the current value? I is equal to I naught sin 2 pi f t. So I naught value is 7.07 sine 2 pi. F value is 50 hertz given in the question itself. Then T value is 1 by 300. Substituting these values, we arrive the solution I is equal to 6.12 ampere. So this is the current value after 1 by 300 second. So very simple problems based on the average values. So in this session, this is a long session, so don't confuse students. Alternating current. What is alternating current? Equations for alternating current for one complete cycle is 0. For mean average value, we arrive at some solutions, but the solution is only for the half time. So again we move to the root mean square value for the one complete cycle. So successfully we arrive the expression as IRMS is equal to I naught by root 2, ERMS which is equal to E naught by root 2, and we have solved some problems. So complete the homework given in these sessions in your classwork note.